Okay, so let's take a look at this problem. This is a percentile problem. I know that because they give me the percentage and they're asking for one of my data points, the weight of a particular piece of fruit. So I'm working backwards here. So I've got some normal distribution. I've got a bell curve. Right in the middle, I'm told the mean, mu, that's an ugly mu. Let me draw that a little better. Mu is 379 grams. And I'm told the population standard deviation, sigma, is 7 grams. I want to know right here the weight of a particular fruit so that 4%, I want this area up here to be 4% or heavier than that. Now, there are shortcuts you can do on your calculator. Like I'm going to go through this the long way because the long way always works. If a shortcut always worked, it wouldn't be a shortcut. It would just be the way. So not everybody's calculator can do the shortcut. If you know how to do the shortcut, feel free to do it. I don't want to show you because I'm afraid if I show you two different methods, you'll end up getting confused. Feel free to set up a Zoom meeting with me if you want to see a shortcut. The long way is we want this area down here. The area below is 100% minus 4%, which is 96%. So I want to figure out what X value would have to go here so that the area below me is 96%. And the button on the calculator that does that is inverse norm. I want inverse norm, and I have to turn that into a decimal of 0.96. Okay, so I'll come here into the calculator. I go into distribution here, second vars, down to button number 3. Now, your screen might look a little different right now. Your screen might just say inverse norm and it's just blinking. Then you would just type the 0.96 and you would just hit enter. The rest of us that have a screen that looks like this, we're always going to leave these two alone. Again, I know there are shortcuts, but the shortcuts don't always work. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with these. Leave that at 0 and 1 and leave that at left. I'm going to hit paste and then I'm going to hit enter again. So the rest of you, if your screen looks different, you'll just have inverse norm 0.96 and then you close the parenthesis and then you hit enter. And it spits this out, 1.75. That is a z-score. So inverse norm is going to spit out a z-score. Z-scores are never your final answer unless the question says find a z-score. Now I got to turn that back into a real data point. Well, recall z equals x minus mu over sigma. This is who I want right there. That's what I'm after. So I would multiply the sigma over, add the mu over, and get x equals z sigma plus mu. I would definitely have this formula written down when I'm taking the test. Remember, the test is going to be open note. Test 1 is open note. So I want my z-score times my standard deviation plus my mean. So let's think about what it is we just found here. What is a z-score? A z-score tells you how many standard deviations you are above or below the mean. So that fruit that I'm looking for is 1.75 standard deviations above the mean. How do I know it's above the mean? Because it's going to be bigger. If I want 96% below me, I'm way above the mean. So now let's figure out what that is. I'm going to take that answer times 7 plus 379. And I get 391.25. So 4% of these fruits weigh more than that. 96% of these fruits weigh less than that. That's a good place to stop.